Now our Irish people are gonna be writing some my hateful comments now because of that.
Yeah, all right, we're already canceled, guys. 2 episodes in, we're done. It's like, all right, well, it's been a great run, Chris. We had a lot of fun with our 2 episodes of this show. It's been great. You know, see you never again. Top of the morning to ye. Welcome to Crosscut, a movie review slash trivia challenge show hosted by myself, Josh, along with my co-host, co-captain, and co-director, Chris. Chris, how
Yep.
you doing today on this fine morning?
Awesome. I'm ready to get into this. Come on, let's go for it.
Where's your Irish accent? You sound silly. All right,
Well, I
that's
mean,
that's enough of
I'll
that.
try. I'll
Back to
try, laddie.
there you go, Chris. How are we doing today?
Doing all good here.
Now, Chris,
I'm
that's come
trying
on.
to.
Bring. I need you to bring the energy. Let's go. It's St. Patrick's Day. I know you're Irish somewhere somehow. You're from Guatemala, but I think you have a little Irish in you. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing awesome here. Oh, I'm starting to sound like an Australian here. I cannot do
Beautiful.
Irish.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Well, perfect answer, Chris. So,
Uh,
all right. So today we are taking a look at the movie Leprechaun, a comedy fantasy horror written and directed by Mark Jones. Stars Jennifer Aniston, Warwick Davis, and Mark Holton, just to name a few. The story is about an evil, sadistic leprechaun who goes on a killing rampage in search of his beloved pot of gold. Now, before we get into this, I do have to issue a spoiler warning for potential spoilers. So if you have not seen Leprechaun, we highly recommend turning or not turning off. We still want you to watch it, but pause this episode, go watch the movie for yourself. Get yourself a nice. Oh, hang on. Where is it? Here it is. Get yourself a nice big old thing of popcorn and a tasty beverage. For everybody else, let's begin.
So this week it was my turn to pick a movie, and I decided let's go with Leprechaun since it's St. Patrick's Day coming up soon. Might as well
Well, by the time
do
people
it.
see this, it will have already come and gone. So yes.
Right?
people
So this week,
are already ready for Easter. They're like, St. Patrick's Day. Let's go. It's Easter now.
Alright. So this week, since it was my turn to pick a movie, I was gonna go with Leprechaun since it's St. Patrick's Day, so might as well go with Leprechaun. Yeah, you got your little leprechaun ears thingies. Yeah, come on, you know. And I mean, come on, the movie is a staple almost to watch on these holidays like St. Patrick's Day. You know, and with that movie, so when I first saw it the first time as a kid, I watched it in total darkness with my brother, and it gave me the creeps. Like it really did. The way he looked and everything, the whole sneaky way he was doing everything, the laugh, it was like, okay, he's actually pretty creepy, you know? Like, didn't you think he was creepy when the first time you saw it?
I got to be honest. So I have a little bit of a history with this franchise, and it's kind of a weird order of things. So I never saw this movie first, as far as everything goes. The first introduction to the Leprechaun franchise for myself was Leprechaun 4 in Space, which I got to be
Oh,
honest is a way better movie than this. First of all, I'm going to be honest. All these movies are terrible. These
yes,
movies are bad. Um, this movie in particular, the one we're talking about, the original Leprechaun, is dull.
it is. But I still love the special effects, even though they're cheesy as hell.
I I will give you this. Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun, he did look good, and he still looked good. I was like, okay, he is creepy. I can give him that. But yes, so my introduction when I was in the seventh grade, I slept over at a buddy's house named John Kroll, who probably have not talked to in many, many years. But we had a big
Mhm.
old sleepover with me and a bunch of my buddies. We were 12 years old and we watched probably like 6 movies that night. And it was a fun old night. And one of those movies was Leprechaun 4 in Space. And I had a good old time because I got to see some boobies. I did not get to see some boobies in this movie, but I was a little disappointed. And I feel like this first movie is very, very watered down. And I was reading that I guess they were kind of tossing back and forth between if they wanted to do PG-13 or rated R. because this movie is like barely rated R. I think there's a little bit of
It's
blood.
more, yeah, it's more for the gore and the violence more than anything.
This would be like if the Disney Channel wanted to make like a Leprechaun R-rated movie. It was very, very tame, to be honest. There's barely any swearing. I think there's like two F-bombs, which one of them was perfect. The kid at the end, Lucky Charms, that's brilliant. I
Oh
love
yeah,
that. I don't remember
that's
the
what
other one, but I do remember hearing it. So yeah, this movie's very tame. I think in the sequels they just kind of went a little extra with it because I've seen clips of the one. I don't remember which one exactly, but it's the one where they're in Las Vegas. I think I want to say it might be the third one. And I saw that on TV one day and I watched a little bit of it. And yeah, there's
Mhm.
some nudity in that. There's nudity in space. I've never seen Leprechaun in the Hood, but I've heard fun
I've
things
never-
about it. I don't
mhm.
think I've ever seen the second one, Leprechaun 2. So yeah, my history with this franchise is all over the fucking place because I had seen this movie as a kid, but I had only seen parts of it on TV. Kind of going back
Mhm.
to last week where I had seen Disturbing Behavior on like Sci-Fi Channel when I was like 14. I'm pretty sure I
Okay.
had also seen Leprechaun around the same time on Sci-Fi Channel, probably this time of the year because it makes the most sense. Because yes,
Mhm.
what this movie has going for it is that it's like any holiday movie. If it's
Yeah,
that time of the year, people will put it on, and those actors will get great residual checks. So great for them. However,
yeah,
uh, that does not mean it's a great movie. But I guess you don't have to be a great movie as long as you're just set around a holiday because people will still watch it, like us idiots. So we did that. um,
I don't know. I like I said, yes, it's not the greatest and everything, but like the story is simple to follow. You know,
the
there are
story
some jump
is
scares here and there. You know,
the
yes,
the
you see
story
the
is
jump.
so straightforward. There is like
Mhm.
I couldn't even tell you what the story is besides it's Jennifer Aniston and her dad moved to this like temporary home. I don't even think it's their actual like they're from like Los Angeles or something like that. She's just like does not
Yeah,
want to be there. And the dad, who his character just like disappears halfway through the movie, is the most
halfway,
like
more like just the beginning. Then he's off.
beginning-ish. I would say maybe at least around like the half an hour mark or so. And yeah, he's like never seen again. The dad is just gone. I was like, oh, he'll come back at some point, right? Even at the end, just be like, hey guys, my hand's all better now. But nah, he was just
Right.
gone.
He was just
So,
gone. Yeah.
but there's no explanation. Like they have a scene of them going up to the house. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm here for a new job, or just like nothing. It's just like they're just
Yeah, we're
there.
moving.
Like,
Yeah, we're just moving here. Yeah, I mean, there's some dialogue here and there at the beginning while the drive there, and she said like, anywhere but L.A. I'm like, oh, okay,
right,
they're just
right.
moving just to move. Yes,
Just to move, I guess.
they didn't
Yeah.
explain anything about that. I know, but still, like I said, the story is simple. The jump scares are there. You see them coming, but they're there. You know, and I'm a big special effects person, so like love how they did the gore, the slicing, the blood, the green ooze coming out of him when he gets shot.
Yeah, I'll give
Like,
the movie that. Like Warwick Davis, actually, he looked good. Like that.
yeah,
That kind of held up a little bit. Like I was like,
like,
okay, that's not bad, especially for the time. I think this movie had maybe like a $900,000 budget,
mm,
so that's not bad. Also, this movie came out in 1993. So happy 30-year anniversary, Leprechaun.
yeah. I'm as old as Leprechaun movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, Leprechaun's probably older than you. Probably came out before. Let's see.
Maybe
When did this movie come out? Let's see. Leprechaun 1993. I'm assuming it would have been around this
around St.
time,
Patrick's
around
Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Has
Let's
to
see if
be.
there's an actual release date on here. Oh, it's July 8th, 1993. Oh,
Oh,
that that's another interesting thing about this movie. So this movie with Jennifer Aniston, this was before Friends. When she filmed this, it was 1991, they said. It was around maybe like late
oh,
1991. So this was before she was on Friends. And
okay.
then Friends came out, I think in like maybe 92 or 93. And obviously it was like a huge hit. So they're like, oh, that Leprechaun movie with Jennifer Aniston, let's do it. Get that movie out there. And there's some fun behind the scenes kind of almost like drama with it where Jennifer Aniston basically like disowned this movie, or actually not even disowned. She basically said this movie does not exist. She's like, there's no movie I'm in called Leprechaun. I think she basically was just making this whole story up that like this movie just like was never a real thing. Because I think
Uh,
she was embarrassed by it for many years. And I guess Warwick Davis was a bit annoyed by that, but also I think the reason that we have at this point, I want to say 6 or 7 of these movies is because Jennifer Aniston was in the movie or was in the show Friends. If Jennifer Aniston was not in the show Friends, I do not think, because this movie only made like $8 million at the box office. I mean,
yeah.
not great, not terrible for the budget, but the movie
I
made, I
mean,
guess, like 15 million on like video rentals, so it like doubled the amount that it made. And I think it was because she blew up from Friends. So Leprechaun
that
in the
makes
Hood, Leprechaun in Space, Leprechaun Vegas. We have the show Friends to thank for all of that beautiful, beautiful film out there.
sense. Well, hey, that's what happens, right? And then
I
it's
mean,
the
yeah,
same
that's
thing
the
with the other franchises too, like all the Friday 13th movies too. Like the
well,
first two are good, and then you start getting ridiculous after that.
sure. Well, a great
You know.
example of the same thing that happened was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think the Next Generation, because that had Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger before they were blowing up from like Jerry Maguire and all that stuff.
Okay.
So once those movies came out, that studio's like, get these on the shelves. Let's go. These guys are lit, and they could just package their names and be like, these are the stars of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the
Oh,
same idea. Like once Jennifer Aniston blew up, it's like boom, we have our movie star.
yeah.
Although
Yeah.
technically she was more of a TV star at the time, but
Yeah. So,
you know, the movie,
hey,
but the movie was became what it is really because of that.
all right. How about what are like the best things you like about the movie? You know, because like for me, like I said, I already said what I like was the gore and everything like that. You know, and I don't know, I just enjoyed it overall because it, even though it's cliche, some of the lines are like really cheesy, but I still enjoyed it. You know,
It's a fun time, to be honest. If maybe if you're like watching with like, this would be like a fun midnight movie. You
yeah,
watch this at midnight with like a bunch of people, I could see you having a good time, because the best part about this movie is Warwick Davis. He is this whole movie. Like his performance is great, and he's doing all his things, and the makeup looks good. So yes, he is the best part about this movie. Anything else, I could not tell you. I could not tell you any other actor that I thought was that good. Jennifer Aniston, she's fine. the the
she,
the the two guys and the kid, they're fine, but I
they
mean
have some
Warwick
comic
Davis
relief
is
in
this movie. Like he is this, like to how Freddy Krueger or Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger.
there. Right.
He
Yeah.
is Leprechaun. Like I know
Yeah.
they made. I think the last Leprechaun did not have him. It might have been the one and only movie that didn't have him. And it's
Mm,
just like no,
okay.
this franchise needs it's Warwick Davis.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, and Jennifer Aniston is like the typical damsel in distress in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I liked Ozzy and Alex because they're a little dynamic thing. It's a comic relief, yeah. But you're really focused on the Leprechaun because like you said, he's the star of the show. You know.
Right. Right.
Uh, there's a couple things I didn't like, of course, that like really bugged me for some reason was that every time they used the shotgun, they kept missing, and like you're wasting the ammo, and like how do you have so much ammo on you?
Oh yeah, it's just unlimited ammo. They have as much as they need in these movies, just keep shooting. I mean, but he's a little target. It's easy to
Grab
miss.
some, put them in
He's
here.
tiny. Yeah, I mean, they just had that, it's if you have a pickup truck, man, you probably got a shotgun in the back. So yeah. These
Oh
movies,
yeah,
these aren't the type of movies where you talk about continuity. You're just shoot that
nah.
shotgun as much as you need, man. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know for one thing that after the movie was ended, like I kept saying like, "Where's me gold?" Like you can't steal from a leprechaun,
That's not bad. It's not bad impression. Maybe you should have done the Irish accent and not go for your Australian mate or whatever
It keeps coming out Australian. I don't know why.
I mean, they're right next to each other, right? Ireland and Australia, they're pretty much neighbors. Oh wait, I'm thinking of Scotland. Never mind.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Sure,
It's a
sure.
joke.
Joke.
It's all the same to us Americans.
Now our Irish people are gonna be writing some my hateful comments now because of that.
Yeah, all right, we're already canceled, guys. 2 episodes in, we're done. It's like, all right, well, it's been a great run, Chris. We had a lot of fun with our 2 episodes of this show. It's been great. See you never again.
Well,
What is your well, you said you had seen these movies. You said you saw these as a kid. Did you see them
I
on TV? Did you rent them? How did you see them?
actually I've only seen the first one and parts of the second one
Oh,
because the
okay.
the first one like I said I saw with my brother and I think he rented it
Do you remember
at the
how old
time.
you were?
Ooh, I was probably around 8 or 9.
That's a good age for this movie, honestly. Like, this
Mm.
movie is not scary. The scariest thing is his makeup because it is pretty, especially
Yeah.
at the end when he's in the well. He's pretty
Oh,
gruesome looking. But this
he was
movie is
gruesome.
not scary.
No,
But if you're 8 years
no.
old, his makeup probably will give you some some
Yeah,
some nightmares. So yeah,
especially when it's the close-ups, or
sure.
like the scene where he's pretending to be Mr. O'Grady and the
Hmm.
whatever
That's
what.
the scene that I remember the most as a kid. Like I said, I before I watched this, like watched it for this, I don't think I had ever seen this movie beginning to end. I only remember seeing clips on TV, and the one scene that I remember the most, which I think is still the best scene in the movie, is when they go to the wherever the home is or whatever to see Mr. O'Grady. I still
Mm,
think that's the best scene, and that scene actually is done decently. They do some good like Dutch angle shots in there, so I
yeah,
thought it was actually like not bad.
yeah, I really did like it. And there was a lot of like point of view shots and during the whole movie,
Hmm.
which I think made it more eerie too. Like crawling under the truck and stuff like that, or just running fast throughout the house. Like it made it like okay, it's creepy. But the way he was talking, it was just made it funny.
Right. Yeah. That's
Catch me if
another
you
thing. So
can.
I guess the studio and the company or whatever, I guess they had this huge back and forth about the tone of what type of movie they wanted. I believe the studio wanted more of a serious Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, like old
Mm,
school, like a serious, like bloody slasher. And I think the other company wanted more of a comedy, like a Gremlins type of thing they referenced. So there was kind of
alright,
this back and forth of what type of movie they wanted. And ultimately, I believe the writer director and then Warwick Davis decided that they wanted to do more of the comedy route. So I think that's why this movie has more comedy to it.
okay.
Because I mean, I think that works for them because they might not have had the budget to do a real true like slasher. Because also the body count in this movie, it's not huge. It's okay. There's maybe a handful of deaths, I want to say. It's not a huge body
Yeah,
count. So I feel
yeah,
like you need the humor to fill in the gaps there.
yeah. 'Cause I think like the most like killing is probably just the leprechaun getting killed over and over again.
Yeah, well, there's some good deaths. I mean, you had the cop, which I thought was maybe the best one.
I like that
Um,
one.
he kills the one coin guy with the
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the
the
pogo
pogo
stick.
stick.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I mean, there's some okay deaths, but there's not enough to maybe warrant doing just a serious slasher. And I mean, this
yeah,
character, I feel like he does have a comedic edge to him. And I think that's why these sequels kind of continued because he was already kind of a Freddy Krueger by Nightmare on Elm Street 5 essentially, just cracking
mm,
jokes and things like that.
yeah, yeah.
What did you not like about the movie? I think you already said the
Yeah,
shotgun stuff,
yeah,
but
that's pretty much that. Like just the slow movement that of like when he's chasing you. Oh, I fell down. You know, But it's like that's every other 80s, 90s horror movies. And like, if something's chasing you, you have to fall down. You can't run as fast as you can. You
Right.
know.
I think this
But
movie needed more settings, honestly. I mean, they were just at that farm the whole time. I'm just like, man, I
uh,
think they need to get our, I love the location. It looked beautiful, but I'm just like, man, they need to just change it up a little bit. Like this place is kind
yeah,
of boring. So that's when they go to that home, I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is a little different. I think they just
yeah.
needed more of that, but who knows? Maybe the budget just not have. It's just
I
one of
was
those
gonna
scripts
say,
that's like it's just we're in this one location for 90% of this movie, and that's
yeah,
what we can afford.
yeah. I was gonna say like that's probably the budget because it really is just there. You don't even really see most of the farm either.
Hmm.
Like you see where the old truck is. The
Yeah,
little patch of the clover leaves.
right.
Um, I imagine that the little forest area is probably around the farm too.
Hmm.
Um,
Right. Yeah, like you know that they rented just this one location and then just basically used the most out of that they could.
yeah. Oh, there's your background.
All right, I'm joining you now. I'm losing I unfortunately I'm losing my leprechauns, so I'm just gonna go with this leprechaun here. So there we
Oh,
go.
for some reason,
But yeah, I mean that
yeah,
he's got a good look. It's creepy, it
it
really
is.
is.
It is.
That's probably where most of that budget went. They're like, we got to make him look good. If he doesn't look good, then that's the star of our movie, really.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is creepy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
How
you
did
have like Leprechaun. I got Jennifer Aniston over here.
Nice. Where did this movie rank in your when you grew up? I mean, did you watch a lot of these like, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Child's
I
Play?
do.
Yeah, so where did this one, I mean, you said you really only watched the first one and part of the second one. Where does this one kind of rank compared to like what stuck with you the most as a kid?
Hmm. Well, I mean, I did watch the famous franchise like Friday 13th, like Mel on Elm Street, Halloween, Hellraiser. But I feel like I still, if I was to do like a 1 to 5 kind of thing, I'd probably put it at a number 5.
Like at the bottom, you're saying basically.
Yeah,
Sure.
because I still like the other stories of the other movies better.
Okay.
You know, like I like this movie because of the Irish background of it.
Hmm.
The whole legend, myth, whatever of the leprechaun. You catch it. If you capture him, he has to take you to the end of the rainbow. Gives you the pot of gold. All
Right.
right. But if you let him go, oh, no more gold. You know, and like I've always liked that little story as a kid. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
so that's why it enticed me to watch it,
Yeah.
not knowing, of
Yeah.
course, it was a horror movie at the time. But like, oh, it's about a leprechaun. All right, let's watch it.
This would be like a decent movie to like trick somebody. It's like it's called Leprechaun. Oh, it's a nice little like you could show them clips from like any scene with Ozzy and Alex talking. It just like
Mhm.
seems like something out of like a Disney movie. Um,
Yeah,
their relationship was just bizarre to me. I'm like, who like I get that the little kid was the one guy's brother, but I'm just like, first off, the character of Ozzy, I'm just like, who is this guy? Like when Alex is like, we want to get the money to like have an operation like save your brain or whatever. I'm like, what? Save his brain? He phrases it in a weird way, and then he tells us like Jennifer Aniston. She's like, "No, sweetie, you can't fix his brain. Like, no, you
no.
just he's just born that way."
You,
But like
you,
they had this whole like wholesome conversation. Like, come on, Ozzy, we can take you to the
you
hospital. We can fix
it's
your
a
brain. But
brain.
that's actually a funny scene where he's like, what's wrong with my brain? People
Well,
people
you're
talk
not
about me behind
smart,
my back. Yeah,
and he
but it
still
was
ends
just
up swallowing the coin. So
right. Yeah, like I mean, couldn't they have just told Leprechaun and be like, "Hey man, can you just give this dude like 12 hours to just take a shit and just like, we'll get you your coin back." It's like Get some,
No,
get some,
give me
yeah,
that
get some
coin.
X-Lax in there, and you can have in the next 20 minutes. Just give us a minute, man. Like, Leprechaun's like, nah, man. Like, I
I
want my
want to
gold.
now.
I want it now. So, there could have been a peaceful resolution to all this, but nah, man. They had to go the violent route because, violence sells.
Because it's so much fun, Chad.
Especially in the early 90s.
Yeah, I mean, this movie was, it came out in 93. They made it in 91. We're really talking like the end of like that era of just the classic slashers.
Yeah.
The Halloween, Friday, they were all kind of coming to the end of, they were all struggling at that point. And, this movie, I guess the writer director, he was really trying to make this movie for a while. Maybe he was trying to, because I think he wrote this script like in the 80s, maybe like 85. So, those movies were still those movies were probably at its height at that point with those first couple sequels coming out. And then it just took him so long to get it made. And that by that point, he kind of was hitting the end of that, slasher era before Scream came along and kind of changed everything. So this movie was kind of the end of an era,
Yeah. And the funny thing, I have the movie on DVD.
Did you watch it on DVD or did you watch it?
I actually watched
I'm
it on
curious.
the DVD.
On DVD, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a double feature, so I had like both Leprechaun 1 and 2. And I was tempted to just watch the second one anyway, but it was already midnight. I was like, I gotta work
Sure. Right, yeah. Are you
But,
gonna try to check out the second one at some point? I mean,
yeah.
you said you've seen parts of it, right? Like, what is even that one about?
I really don't remember. It's like I think he does come back, obviously, but I feel like that's the only thing I remember, that he just comes back.
I mean, obviously it wasn't that memorable if you only watched like part of the movie, so it's all right.
I think I just saw it like randomly on TV. I'm like,
Right.
right. But uh yeah, I really don't remember most of it at all,
Yeah.
honestly.
I think it's the only one that I could not tell you anything about because, like I said, I'm pretty sure the third one, that's Vegas. The fourth one's obviously in space. I want to say the next one after that was the In the Hood, and I think they actually made two of those for the In the Hood ones. And then I want to say the series took a break for a while, and then they made, I don't know, it's like Leprechaun Revelations or something like that. I might be thinking Hellraiser. They're all interchangeable.
But didn't they do a remake as well, or no?
I think I'm thinking of the remake that came out like 2018 that has like a bunch of like wrestler dudes in it or something. I mean, I never saw it.
I never saw it either. So like, okay, Leprechaun. It didn't. I don't know. I just didn't want to watch it, I guess.
I want to say I think I've seen clips of the remake, and I want to say they went like straight serious horror with that one. Like they were just like no comedy, just straight horror because it didn't have Warwick Davis. He was too busy, who knows, doing what at the time, getting ready to film Willow or something.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I imagine that one's more very scary, actually.
I think it's darker. Scarier, maybe. Who knows?
But
I've never seen it.
More darker. Yeah.
I guess at that point it's like, well, we did the comedy version. It was kind of like Evil Dead. Like the original Evil Dead had slapstick and things like that. Like, all right, we're gonna do the remake. Let's not do it that way. Let's do like just straight up horror. So maybe that's what the Leprechaun guys were thinking. Like, let's just go, boom, let's just go dark with it. And never heard anything about it, so obviously that didn't work. So I do want to take a look at the IMDb and the Rotten Tomatoes for this guy. Let's take a quick look at that. So
I remember it wasn't that great. It was like 5 point something.
Oh, it's lower than that. Do you want to guess? It's not a 5. It's not in the 5s. It's lower.
I'm gonna say 4.
4.8.
Hey.
I guess I shouldn't have led you on. Be like, it's lower than 5. 4.8. It's pretty much right there. Yeah,
it's got a bad rating.
Yeah, it's got a 4.8 rating, user rating, 17 Metascore. That's real bad. Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 27% tomato meter and a 32% audience score. Yeah,
That did not receive well.
nope. But again, the movie killed on video rental, so it's like, let's just make sequels. I'm pretty sure all the sequels were direct to video. I don't think any of the maybe Leprechaun 2 went to theaters, maybe, but I'm pretty sure every other sequel was just, and that's what I was saying last week. Like Disturbing Behavior, like even a movie like this had so many sequels, and Disturbing Behavior couldn't even get like one direct-to-video sequel. But this had a character to it. This had a like a real like recurring theme or just
Yeah.
star, Warwick Davis is the star of this franchise.
Those starting those franchises, like he never dies. He keeps coming back.
Which I mean, it's kind of frustrating when you're just like, all right, you've shot this dude 17 times. Like you just can't kill him. You just got to find another way. It's like, all right, just, blow him up or whatever. But
I didn't like the like little myth thing of like the 4-leaf clover is the one thing that can kill him or trap him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's something different than just like, oh, you have to burn him up.
Mhm. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, we're going to move on. I just got one thing to tell you. Do you know what that is?
What's that?
You don't know what I'm going to say?
I don't know.
Well, pop quiz, Hotshot. Two guys watch the same movie. How much of the movie do they both remember? Well, let's find out. All right, guys. Everybody watching, listening, our audience members, this is how the game works. We're going to change it up a little bit this time. So there's going to be 5 rounds, 1 question each per round, and the points will go up 1 point each per round. Chris and I will go back and forth asking each other the multiple choice questions that we each came up with. Whoever has the most points at the end wins.
That'll be me.
Now, we'll see. I know. I mean, you kicked my ass last week. I mean, 6-0. That's a little embarrassing, especially for the movie that I picked. So this is revenge right now. I got to get back at you.
We'll see.
And I got more questions to do so. So now, if it just so happens that we are tied at the end, we will then go to a game called Sudden Death. Sudden Death is a back and forth challenge that Chris and I will do. However, if we get to that point, I'll explain it then. But for now, we'll see if we even get there because I'm pretty confident that I'm just going to whoop his ass.
We'll see.
We will see. Now, for our audience members, feel free to play along. You might even do better than us. Probably gonna do better than Chris because I got some trickier questions this week for you, Chris. I went easy on you last week. You went just right out of the gates of hell, just like firing off the bat. I'm like, whoa, like okay, all right, I see how it is. But yes, everybody playing, comment, let us know how you did. Now that we've established the rules, let's play. All right, Chris, you picked this week's movie, so you're going to ask the first question.
All right, I'll start easy with you.
All right, well, give me 1 second. I gotta get my questions pulled up real quick.
Okay.
And I'm ready to go. Okay.
Ready?
I am ready when you are ready.
All right. So the first question is, what color was Tori's phone? A, red. B, black. C, green. D, blue.
Red.
Ding ding. Correct.
I got my first question right. Yes. Oh, and I specifically remembered like, oh, her phone. That might be something. Yep. It's red. Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. That is 1 point for the J-Man. Yes. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good.
We'll see.
All right. Are you ready for your first question?
Shoot.
Okay. What song does Mrs. O'Grady hear the female voice singing from the suitcase? Was it A, London Bridge is Falling Down, B, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, C, Mary Had a Little Lamb, or D, Sorry for Party Rocking, LMFAO?
Twinkle, Twinkle.
Final answer?
Yes.
Sorry
That's the wrong answer.
What?
It was Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's the first song you hear. You hear Twinkle Twinkle the second time.
Oh,
You hear it
come
again.
on.
That's the second time. But Mary Had a Little Lamb was the first time when
That
the
was a trick
Mrs. O'Grady
question.
hears. I told you, I'm not taking it easy on you this
All
time.
right.
All right.
That
All
was a
right,
good one.
guys. We're moving on to round 2.
All right, that was a good one. All right. How many gold pieces were in his bag? A, 52. B, 100. C, 99. D, 350.
350. No, I'm kidding. B, 100, final answer.
I went too easy with you.
Ooh. I was paying attention. That I was like, first of all, this movie was a very straightforward and simple movie. So I'm like, there can't be that
Yeah.
much the craziness
Yeah.
to, So I was paying attention real hard. So yes, 100 coins. He had 99 and he had to get the one from Ozzy. That would have been
Yep.
100 on the dot.
You're right.
All right, Chris, are you ready for your question? Round
Go for
2. What state is the film set in? Is it A, New Mexico, B, North Dakota, C, Arizona, or D, California?
North Dakota.
Good job. Good job.
What's funny is that was one of my questions too.
Oh, well, easy, I guess. Easy answer for you. I thought that would have been a little tricky because it's only mentioned once by the father.
Yep.
And it's
In the
kind of
very
a psycho,
beginning.
right? Because originally she says, "Oh, I can't believe we're in New Mexico." He's like, "It's North Dakota."
Right. Yep.
Also, do not listen to the there's a synopsis on IMDb that says North Carolina. That's not right. First off, that's
What?
not even a real state. It just is North Carolina. Yeah. That's not right. That's like,
Nope.
IMDb Wikipedia synopsis, so don't listen to that. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yep.
All right.
All right. After 2 rounds, I'm winning 3-2.
Ready?
I'm ready.
What was the name of the cereal box that the leprechaun eats? A, Lucky Charms. B, Four-Leaf Clover. C, Lucky Clovers. D, Irish Puffs.
C, Lucky Clovers.
Oh,
I
thought
told you,
were gonna say
Chris.
Lucky Charms.
Nope. I specifically remember because I'm like, there's no way
Oh.
that they can use Lucky Charms, even though they reference Lucky Charms with that line where the kid goes, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms." But no, obviously for whatever, they couldn't use the rights for the actual box. I'm like, yeah, they're being a little tricky. Lucky Clovers.
Oh, damn.
I'm hot, baby. I'm hot. I'm feeling it.
Damn. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right. Are you
Go
ready
for
for
it.
your question?
Yes.
Okay. What is the name of Nathan, Ozzy, and Alex's company? Is it A, 3 Guys That Paint, B, 2 Guys and a Kid, C, 3 Guys in a Truck, or D, 4 Guys but 1 guy called in sick?
3 Guys That Paint.
3 Guys That Paint. Good job, Chris.
Also was one of my questions.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like we're gonna have a lot of similar questions in this one.
Yeah. It's yeah. All right. Are you ready?
This is round number 4, and I am winning 6-5 currently.
Oh, okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And I just lost the question. Hold on. Yeah. Where was it? Okay. What did the leprechaun use to slice up Ozzy in the end? A kitchen knife. B, a piece of glass. C, his sharp nails. Or D, his shoe buckle.
Shoe buckle.
Oh.
You had me for a minute. I was like, oh, I don't know if I remember this. But then when you said shoe buckle, I was like, oh, that's right. He takes it off and uses it.
Yeah. It's an insert shot too. You see him and like, okay. Like,
Yep.
Okay,
Very quick.
okay.
I told you I was paying attention.
You were.
Yep. All right. Are you ready for your question?
Go for it.
What football team does Alex have on his hat? Is it A, Arizona Cardinals, B, North Dakota Rams, C, Seattle Seahawks, or D, San Francisco 49ers?
Oh. B.
Which one?
B.
D?
Yes.
D as in David?
Yes.
San Francisco 49ers?
Yes.
Correct.
The mundo.
Was,
That was a
like I said,
guess,
I did not
wasn't
pay
it?
attention to that. That was a lucky guess.
You're lucky, son. You are lucky,
Look at the Irish.
I guess. So we're coming into round number 5. Right now, I'm winning 10-9, which means if I get this, I win. If I don't get it, I have to stump you or you win. But if I get this correct, I win. So let me have it, I guess.
All right, you're ready.
Ready.
Why did Tori's dad go to the hospital? A, because of a stroke. B, a bite on his hand. C, head trauma. Or D, bite on the leg.
B, bite on the hand.
Yes.
The mundo.
Oh, sweet victory. Sweet
Good
victory.
job. Good job.
I got
All right.
every single question correct. Do you want me to just give you my final question just to see if you get it for the heck of it? You can at least get the points.
Yeah, why not?
All right, what the heck? What is the name of the residence or the home that Tori goes to talk to O'Grady? Was it A, the Chillview Center, B, the Saugus Medical Center, C, Clover Hall, or D, Olant Treatment Center? If you want me to repeat the 4, I'll repeat it again. So it's A,
D.
Chillview Center, B, Saugus Medical, C, Clover Hall, or D, Olant Treatment Center?
D, Orlando Center.
Nope. A, Chillview Center. It was very quick. That was another quick and blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
That
I-
when you said Olant, that's the name of the main actor that played Nathan. That's his last name. So I guess if I got your question wrong, I would have. Maybe I still would have stumped you.
For the heck of it, see if you get it.
What, another one?
Yeah, my last question, I think it was.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Who did the leprechaun kill first? A, antique collector. B, cop.
Mrs. O'Grady.
C, C,
I knew
Mr.
that one
O'Grady,
too.
and
Yeah,
D, Mr.
because that
O'Grady.
was another question that I was thinking of maybe doing. Was like, who was the first victim? And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that one. So
Yeah, and man, these are too easy. But
I'll give you
good ones.
I'll give you one more that maybe is a little tricky. Could maybe not.
Okay.
How old does the leprechaun say he is to the cop? Is he A, 500 years old, B, 550 years old, C, 600 years old, or D, 666 years old?
600.
600, 600?
Yeah.
Yeah, 600.
Yeah, because I had another one that was easy for you too. Like, what did Alex want to use the gold for? A, comics. B, a new truck for Nathan. C, an operation for Ozzy. Or D, a bail bond.
Well, it was the operation.
Right.
But Ozzy wanted to use it for comics. I remember him saying,
Right.
like, I could buy so many
That's why I
comics.
threw that in.
Yeah.
To see if I can get you.
I like that the kid is like, let's get some medical help for this guy, and the guy is like, let me just buy some like comic books or something like that.
Oh, you know what have been a good my other question about the dad? Like, why did he go to the hospital for?
Well, because he thinks he get bit by a cat like that.
Right. Well, I should have said like, which hand did he get bitten on?
The right hand.
Damn. Even that you would have gotten.
Well, that would have been, how would you have phrased that question? Like, what hand? It would have been like 2 options: the right hand, the left hand, or his penis. No.
Damn. But yeah, like, I could have come up with other questions too, but I couldn't. They were.
It was challenging. There's no. Like that's what I'm saying. This movie's so simple. It's not really deep, so you really kind of had to just find what you could. And I mean, I was like, like I was really like blink and you miss it kind of things. So I mean, you really had to be paying attention.
Like even simple as like could have done like what was the color that they wanted to paint the walls of the outside of the house? Was it A, red, B, blue, C, pink, D, green?
Wasn't it blue? Because that's what Ozzy gets all over him.
Right.
But also, you see Jennifer Aniston and the guy Nathan painting, and they're painting red. So they're painting both colors. So that's like a trick.
Yes, because the red is actually the shutters.
Okay, so the red was the shutter, so the blue was the house.
Right.
So the answer would have been blue.
Yeah, the answer
Okay.
would have been blue.
Right.
See, that threw in the little red there. See.
Yeah, that is tricky because you do kind of see her doing the painting too, because she's just trying to hop on that Nathan, get on that. She's all about getting the heck out of there until he stumbles along and just bumps into her out of nowhere.
Oh no, that just made me want to come up with a different question when you said that. I was like,
well, how do they meet?
No. When Tori bumps into Nathan, what does he spill over?
Paint thinner.
Ah, man, you really paying attention to this.
I really paid attention, and this movie was very easy to just like pay attention to stuff like that. Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe I was paying too much attention that I wasn't just enjoying the movie, but I still don't think it was the greatest movie, so it's fine.
Okay, no, that's your opinion. That's why we're doing this.
These are cult classics, so I mean, you got to give it that. This
I say it's a cult
on.
classic. It's a cult classic. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a memorable, like people know what you're talking about. You think of Leprechaun, you probably think of this movie, so
yeah,
they got that going for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to me for being this week's winner of Pop Quiz Hotshot. And now Chris and I are officially tied 1-1. We're thinking, Chris, we've had this conversation. I mean, we gotta when the first person that gets to like 10, we gotta figure something out. We have to have like a trophy, or the first person to lose 10 games has to go like do something stupid in public, like go watch whatever terrible movies out that week.
Or just something embarrassing. It doesn't matter. We can come up with it, or leave it in the comments what should be the loser's punishment.
Yes. Or if you're listening, because we do have this now on podcast, if you happen to not be viewing this on YouTube where you can't type in a comment, we do have a email that you can email us at if you want. It's a crosscutpodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to drop us an email. Give us some suggestions. What do you guys think? Do you like the show so far? Do you think we both suck terribly and just need to stick to our day jobs? I mean, let us know. We're just how there's 3 guys in the paint or whatever they're called. We're just 2 guys in a podcast. That's it. Maybe that's what we should switch the name to. Just 2 guys in a podcast. So that's probably already taken. So somebody must have that.
Most likely.
The dumbest name in the world for just 2 guys in a podcast. They'd probably talk about like stupid shit all day.
But hey,
they probably talk about like paint center. Like that's what they talk about. But yes, if you happen to be listening and not watching, because that's something I'm trying to be more careful of moving forward, is I don't want to specifically say watching, listening. I'm just going to call you our audience members. So if you're just along for the ride, but you can't actually comment on this video, drop us an email and let us know. Let us know what the answers how you did. Did you do better than me? No, because I was perfect. Did you do better than Chris? Probably because he sucked. But yes. I mean, it's on now, bitch. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're going down next episode.
I came to play, and next week I have some ideas for the next movie. They're gonna be fun. I have some ideas. I haven't officially decided what I want to do yet, but I have a few options. Most of them are like it's late 80s, early 90s, kind of along the lines of horror again. I know. First off, guys, we're not officially a horror themed podcast, but I know our first 2 episodes have basically been horror because Chris and I we love horror.
Yeah,
we love it.
Exactly.
It's our bread and butter. It doesn't necessarily mean that's all we're going to talk about for the rest of however long we do this. But I do feel like horror puts the butts in the seats. So the more horror, the better. And I just when I pick a movie, the way that we do this, I don't think we ever explained it, is we rotate each week. So I pick a week, I pick a movie that week, Chris picks the next week, and then we rotate every week, so I'll have the next choice. But honestly, like when I'm thinking of movies I just want to watch, I'm just thinking like horror movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm making my list already.
Yeah,
I have a feeling I already have like 15 movies on my list.
right. I do have a couple that aren't horror, but they are fun movies. One's like a high school comedy. So, I haven't officially decided what I want to do yet, but guys, keep by the time we're hearing, watching, listening to this, we'll have the next episode coming up in about a week. We know we're trying to drop every Monday. So
Mhm.
just tune in every Monday for the newest episode. Yeah, and we'll have the next episode the following Monday. So just keep in touch. But that, the Friday before we release it, we'll do a little promo teasing what that movie is. So make sure to
Yeah.
follow us on our social medias. We have Instagram. It's red_nightmare_arts. Make sure to follow there. TikTok, it's Red Nightmare LLC,
Yep.
which will be changing soon
Yeah,
when
it
TikTok allows
might
it to.
change soon. That's just a placeholder for right now.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
can definitely go there and check it out.
Yeah. Please do follow us on there because we'll post a lot of promos the Friday before an episode. We'll post a little promo teasing what what the movie's going to be. So make sure to follow us there.
And then,
Go ahead.
okay, I was gonna say, if you wanted to add the buy me a coffee.
Yeah. If you guys want to help donate, support the show, you can do it one time or on a monthly donation. And anybody that does I think I forgot what the name of it for the buy me a coffee. It's the most expensive one, which might be like $10 a month. But anybody that does that gets to recommend a movie to us once a month. Any movie that they want us to watch, we will watch it. So it's buymeacoffee.com/crosscut. So www.buymeacoffee.com/crosscut. You can also see that in the description on the YouTube channel, or if you're listening to this in the show notes, definitely check it out. Anything is appreciated. Even if you just want to listen and not donate any money, still appreciate the support just by liking this video, subscribing, doing all that great stuff. We're
Share it
trying to get this
everywhere.
going, share everywhere. Tell them, hey, I listened to this podcast about these idiots talking about this 30-year-old Irish movie, and they're terrible. And Chris sucks at trivia, and Josh is amazing. So
The
yeah,
biting
please.
words.
Hey, it's on now, man. We're tied 1-1. I brought it this week, so you could probably tell. Like I was ready for some trivia.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm gonna remember names. I remember character names. I remember side character names. Like I was ready.
Yeah.
But did you want to do overall, like what you thought about the movie?
Yeah, let's do it.
Good. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you start, then I'll go.
All right. Good, because I'm gonna talk some shit about this movie.
All right, go for it.
Overall, it's still fun. It's still a fun time for what this movie is. It's 30 years old. It was made small budget, and I think it was made from the heart. I think the writer director was making a movie from the heart. He wanted to make something fun. And it is fun. Warwick Davis is amazing. If you just want to watch a great performance, watch this movie for Warwick Davis because he is this movie.
Yep.
There are some decent effects. There's some decent blood. Overall, yeah, it's not bad. Go check it out. I mean, it's not a great movie. You might be on your phone at times. Don't be on your phone. Watch a movie like you fucking would in 1993. Get off your phone for like 90 minutes and just watch this movie. I was only on my phone for one reason, and it was because I was taking notes for my trivia. That was it. I just wanted to make notes of like, okay, I want to remember that for a good question. Besides that, get off your phone for 90 minutes. Watch Warwick Davis steal the show. Watch Jennifer Aniston wearing the dumbest jean shorts you'll ever see in your life. Like I don't know what she was going for.
It's the
Actually,
shoes. It's the shoes.
well, the shoes too. There's definitely some like promos going on. So, but if you just want to watch Jennifer Aniston's fun, Warwick Davis is great. Watch it for that. Besides that, that's it. Go ahead, Chris.
Overall, I say the same thing. It's a good movie to watch just to put it on,
Watch
Like,
it with like a group of people with maybe some beers, honestly.
Yeah.
Like get yourself a 6-pack of Guinness, have some friends over. Like this would be perfect because you can at least have fun with it at that point. I'm watching it by myself at midnight, just being an idiot. So yeah.
like exactly, do that. Like get your case of green beer and watch it on St. Patrick's Day. You know.
Boom.
But yeah, overall, I love the movie because it just reminds me of all those classic horror movies. You know,
Yeah.
like I said before, I love the special effects because I'm all for that. I do agree the performance of Warwick Davis was awesome. You know, and the way he just delivered the lines, it got to you. You know, it engaged you into the movie. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm actually liking the Leprechaun more than anything.
Right. You're cheering for the Leprechaun at that point. You're
Yeah,
just like screw these guys. Like I
pretty
want the
much.
Leprechaun to win. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I think that's why I like the movie so much. You're rooting for the bad guy in the movie because it's the most likable character.
Exactly. And here's the best part, guys. If you aren't Chris, who just owns the double feature on DVD, you can watch this movie on like 6 streaming platforms for free. I watched it on Peacock. I think it was on like 9 other things or
Yeah,
whatever.
like
So
Fubo TV, YouTube, like
yeah,
I
it's
think it
all
was.
on there for free. So
Yeah,
go support them, watch the movie,
yeah.
or buy the double feature somewhere if you want to, because you might
Fun
want to watch
fact,
the
I got the
sequel.
double feature from Movie Stop, if you still remember that.
I don't know what movie stop is. I don't know what you're talking about. We talked about this the other day. I'm like, I've never heard of movie stop.
It was
Maybe I
the,
don't know. Is it
the
like a southern thing? I just
no,
never heard of it.
I don't know, maybe, but it was like the equivalent of GameStop. But instead of games, it was just all movies, you know,
See, I
and
don't
they
know
were.
that. I,
Mhm.
I know FYE. Like I've been to
Oh,
FYE,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't
but
know movie stop.
yeah, they were here in Orlando for a little bit, then they they closed down, and I was like, I just went, I'm like, okay, they're closing down, buy one get 10 free, gimme.
Buy one. I mean, that's a deal.
Oh,
That's
they had
unfortunate.
that.
It's an unfortunate deal because they were going out of business. But yeah, Chris literally
Oh,
fought a guy for this double feature, fucking Leprechaun 1 and 2. He fought our friend, right? Like you literally got in like
oh yeah.
fisticuffs. Hold on, he's
Yeah.
gonna go grab it. He's gonna
Yep,
show the
yep.
damaged double feature DVD of Leprechaun 1 and 2. This
Here is the
idiot right
damage.
here. This guy literally fought for these two movies.
Yep,
I mean, who does
yep.
that? Chris does that.
Hey, it's Leprechaun.
That doesn't justify it. If it was like The Godfather 1 and 2 and those movies were never to be seen again, I'd be like, okay, yeah, punch some
No,
dude in the
yeah,
face for it.
but it's Leprechaun 1 and 2. And besides, I was really trying to fight that because he wanted it. I was like, oh no, I want it
Chris,
now.
I don't endorse violence. I just watch movies about it. So please get your kick somewhere else, right?
Yeah, yeah. Don't fight your friend over a movie. Just buy it
Unless,
somewhere else.
unless he's a dick, so that's fine.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm kidding. Dustin, if you're listening to this, I love you. We'll have you on the podcast one day to
yes,
kick
yes.
Chris's ass in trivia, maybe over some like Disney stuff. You won't kick my ass. Well, maybe some things probably.
You're gonna lose it either way, so
I'm on a hot streak now. I'm on a winning streak of 1. So, and you're on a
we're,
losing streak
we're
of 1.
tied.
We're tied, but technically I'm on a winning streak and you're on a losing streak. So I got momentum, bitch.
Hmm.
Chris, do you want to plug anything? Last time we talked about your TikTok short film, and you've been telling me a little bit more about this a film festival or similar thing for that.
Yeah, so there's the Sunshine State Scare, which is it has different festivals going on, cosplays, stuff like that. But what was thinking about doing was the TikTok film challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally that you shoot your short that's 30 seconds or less on TikTok and you submit it. And the 50 submissions that they grab, they'll show around everywhere on their TikTok and everything, and there's prizes, of course.
That's
So
dope.
I'm thinking of doing that.
Is this a convention or what is this exactly? You
Yeah,
said you said there's like cosplay and stuff, so it was like a
yeah,
convention. Oh,
yeah. It's like an online convention.
oh, okay. It's all online.
Yeah,
Ah,
all
gotcha,
online.
gotcha. Okay, I thought maybe there's parts that were in person, but that's cool. Yeah, guys, go support Chris. You have an idea from something I wrote for you, so
Yes.
something you're thinking about doing. So yeah, definitely check him out on TikTok. Again, Red Nightmare LLC or Red Nightmare Films LLC.
Well, it's Red Nightmare LLC, but it will change soon to the Red Nightmare Films.
Yes. So just go on there right now, Red Nightmare LLC. Go follow him. Again, I don't do TikTok, but more power to you. Yes, so that might be coming soon. You might be doing something, and that'd be something cool to check out. See some other things that we've done. See some short films, horror short. I mean, they would be
Yeah.
like technically horror, so
Yeah. Do you have anything to plug in?
not really. Um, yeah,
Okay.
I'm just a basic bitch over here.
You
I
just have your computer writing scripts all the time.
I have some short films that are going around right now. I have one short film that's kind of making the rounds. I'm hoping to have it in some film festivals later this year. It's horror, so a lot of the festivals are going to be in the fall. There's one for, there's a film festival, Spooky Empire. I love that convention in Orlando.
Yep.
I didn't get to go last year because my flight got
Uh,
canceled the day of,
yeah, that
but
sucks.
I'm hoping that they'll pick it up this year, and I think they will. They're real nice people. Definitely check them out. Spooky Empire, and they have Spooky Empire Film Festival. It's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that it'll be there, and I can go back in person because we went 2 years ago, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
Especially because you get tickets for free, so we can walk around and do all that good stuff. Meet the
True.
celebrities.
Yeah.
So I have that short film. I don't have anything new for a short film coming out, but maybe I'll try to do some stuff and then you guys can check it out. Besides that, that's pretty much it. I hope everybody is getting faced for St. Patrick's Day. I've never had a good St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've really ever celebrated a true St. Patrick's Day. When we were at school together, me and my, I won't mention her by name, ex-girlfriend, tried to go once to do a St. Patrick's thing, and it didn't turn out well. That was probably the closest I ever came to actually really doing something. So
What you end up doing?
we wanted to go to this like Irish pub in the area, and when we got there, she literally just got like nauseated, and we had to leave. Plus, the place was just packed. We couldn't stay. Yeah, so it never really worked out. And I've never really tried a St. Patrick's Day since, honestly.
I mean, honestly, I didn't really do anything either. Like right now, I'm probably more getting into it. Like um, I'm building a leprechaun trap right now.
Me, it's a leprechaun.
Well, it's a leprechaun trap with my stepdaughter. That's why.
Okay, like a
But
little like a bear trap. It's just like
kind of, it's like a miniature version of like you go. Oh, look, there's a little gold coin hanging from a pole. I'm gonna go grab and fall through a trap door.
nice.
And that's pretty much the the trap.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
we have to set it up. We have to set it up because the next day, it's gonna be St. Patrick's Day kind of thing. So
Right.
you have to set it up right before.
Yep.
Hopefully you
I
catch
will.
it.
That's cool. Well, you guys have fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. I will only be doing one St. Patrick's tradition that I've kind of started 2 years ago that needs to be done more by anybody that is my age range or technically a millennial. There's only one movie that I'll be watching on St. Patrick's Day, and it's not Leprechaun. You probably don't know what it is. I don't know if you maybe never seen it. It's a Disney Channel original movie, so if that gives you a hint. Okay, then you clearly don't know. Anybody listening that grew up on Disney Channel in the early 2000s knows exactly what movie I'm talking about. Luck of the Irish.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
it's a DCOM classic. That's a movie that people watch every St. Patrick's Day around that time. I'll be watching it. Got to get me some Ryan Merriman, some great stuff in there. That's the only Irish movie I'll be watching on the actual St. Patrick's Day. I will not be watching Leprechaun. I'm good. Got my taste in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll rewatch Leprechaun 4 in Space just because I seen it and I had a good time as a 12-year-old.
Well, like
But
I
that
see,
is it.
I'm for me, I'm probably not gonna do much, because on St. Patrick's Day, I'm probably just gonna be, hopefully, if I can find it, some green beer or something like that, or Guinness, and just
Hmm.
chill, really, because there's nothing else really to do.
Right.
You know,
You guys aren't gonna go out and just gonna hang out and
nah, not really. Like maybe go see some friends if they're doing anything. But
right.
other than that, that's pretty much it. Like,
All
oh,
right.
that was funny. I just saw Titanic in the corner of your screen.
Oh yeah. I don't know what
Like
I did, but
when you went down to get something, that's when it happened. There
oh,
it
there
is.
it is. There's Jack and where
Rose.
her name is again? Oh yeah, Jack and Rose. I'm like, I want to say Kate Winslet. Yeah, Jack and Rose. I watched the movie like 5 times in the last month. Like I saw it twice in theaters when they re-released it. I'm like, the hell is her name again? Yes, Jack and Rose.
They're still
That's a great movie. That's a great movie. We could talk about that movie all day.
Oh, you know
Leprechaun,
what another good movie would be? The Green
what?
Mile.
That's a fantastic movie.
Oh yeah.
But see, I don't know. Do we want to do like artsy movies? Like, I think we want to do like shit movies. Not just kidding. We'll do all
No.
sorts of movies. Green Mile. God, I rewatched that movie. It was on TV maybe a few months back, and man, I was just. That's a movie that you can watch and not pay attention to anything else in the room. You are just like
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan's performance is
Oh,
amazing in that movie. Yeah,
yeah.
Green Mile. That's one of the greatest movies probably I've ever seen in my life. It's
Same here.
fantastic.
I love that
I might
movie.
this might be a hot take. I think I prefer that over Shawshank Redemption.
Really?
Yeah, I love Green Mile. It's so
Me too.
I mean Shawshank is amazing. It's
Yes.
also one of the greatest movies ever made, but man, Green Mile just that movie gets to me. That's well
It
done.
really did. I think I've always cried
Hmm.
when he's at the chair.
Yeah. God, what does he say?
Mhm.
Something boss man. Just the way he says it, just like, oh, it just pulls at your heartstrings.
It's like it's so innocent,
I
you
know.
know. And
It's so good.
I have it back home on VHS with the double tape,
Yeah, yeah.
and I have it on DVD right here. So
Nice. Yeah, I started getting into. I think I told you this. I started getting into VHS collecting recently because I got a
right.
VCR. So I go to this one place that's been selling them, and I seen the Green Mile there, and they got the two VHSs, the doubles. I should get it. I should buy it because yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
It's
I do think
so
you kind of have
worth
to be
it.
in the mood to watch that movie at times because it's long. It's like 3 hours. I feel like sometimes you have to be in
Yeah,
the mood for it because it's heavy. It's a heavy movie.
it is. It is.
Yeah. Well, now we're talking just about a totally just random other movie that revolves around green, but
Yeah.
not even talking about Leprechaun anymore. Chris, we got a few minutes left before we get cut off here. Anything else you want to talk about or plug or whatever? Any true final shots. Wow. Final thoughts about Leprechaun.
I mean that I can think of right now. Like I said, we pretty much covered everything. You
All
know.
right. Yeah. So I think we're gonna end it here, guys. Again, please go ahead and support us any way you can. We really appreciate you. We're trying to build this thing up.
Yep.
All the socials, all that stuff. If you want to support us, buy me a coffee or just enjoy the show, just enjoy two guys talking about movies. That's really what it is. And the trivia. I mean, that's the fun part,
Yeah,
just
that is a fun part.
playing along with the trivia and seeing me kick Chris's ass. So
Oh,
it's on, baby. It's
all
on. It's on.
right.
So at this point,
Without,
I'm gonna turn it over to you, Chris. You have the final words.
without further ado, cut, print, moving on.